Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talking Reds. I do apologise for lack of content over the international break, but we are back, and we are back with the Premier League. The Premier League is back this weekend. However, Liverpool are going into it as favourites for the Premier League, according to some, and that is what we're doing right now. That is what we're doing on this video tonight. Is we are reacting to some of the tweets that have been put out there and some of the narratives that have been put out by many people, mainly rivals. And this tweet tonight, also Reese doesn't know what the tweet is. Reese doesn't know the tweet is about. Reese doesn't know where to even go with this right now. He doesn't know what's going to happen right now. But this is the tweet, and this is obviously from X or Twitter, where I've seen a lot of narratives going around about Liverpool regarding being the favourites of the Champions League, favourites of the Premier League, and who is the favourites of the Premier League. So the tweet was from Terry Flewers, obviously, who hosts Football Terrace. If anyone knows him from the YouTube world, obviously a lot of people will know him from the YouTube world and from Twitter as well. And he has created a narrative. He did just ask the question, but he created the narrative here as well. I've seen a lot of rival fans creating this narrative of Liverpool being the favourites for the Premier League. So he basically said Liverpool are favourites. Man City are in crisis, and he also then went on to say, this is Liverpool's title to lose. Right, and the thumbnail will tell you everything that you need to know here right now. I think this is a narrative. This is a narrative created by rivals to laugh at Liverpool if we do not win the title, even though we weren't expected to be in the title race. We knew that. Happy to be top four, but we are, let's be honest, Reece, we are in the title race right now. No, that's the absolute honesty of what's going on right now. Whether we stay up there come April, come May, that's another question. But right now we are in the title race. Do you believe there's been a narrative now about Liverpool being favourites?
Yeah, but it's not surprising. It's not. It's what I would expect from rivals. They're gonna put everything on Liverpool because Liverpool's 5 points top, 5 points clear, and obviously it wasn't. If you look at the start of the season, everyone was writing us off. As we spoke about this before, and Klopp leaving, we're gonna fall off. The players are not motivated anymore. They haven't got the motivation factor. And Slot was getting called Slot Machine. Who is this guy? Because he's Dutch. People were thinking he's just gonna be like Ten Hag. But now he's come in and he's done really well. People are kind of looking at us and thinking, oh, who is this guy? What's he done? And they're kind of trying to take Liverpool serious. Like I said, we're in the title race, but favourites, it's too early to call us favourites. You can't ever write City off. 5 points is not enough. We got to double that to at least 10 points. And then even then, I'd say not favourites, but I would stick my chest out more if we double it to around 10 points. 5 points, we could lose. Obviously, we should beat Southampton, but international break has just happened. So the rhythm is going to be messed up a bit. I still think we'll win, but say we lose and City win, it's 2 points. So for me, we're not favourites. 5 points is nothing. That's nothing to me.
It could change just like that, guy. That's the problem. It could change just like that, and you could be first one week. Whether this Premier League's going out this season and teams are dropping points and teams are getting harder to beat, you could be first one week and then fourth in 2 weeks. It's that easy, and especially if like a 3-game week, we could lose 3 in a row and Arsenal win 3 in a row. We could be behind them. You just never know with this league. And I think regarding Terry Flewers, I mean, I used to watch Terry. I used to watch Football Terrace a few years ago, and I thought he used to be really good. He used to be quite a person that used to be sort of less biased towards Man United and more like praise other teams if he needs praising. Like a bit like how I see things. But I know recently with his YouTube and I know with thumbnails and things like that have to be clickbait, and your titles and things have to be quite clickbait to get clicks and stuff like that. But I think he's starting to put that clickbaitness now into Twitter and his tweets, and I think that was very, very, very clickbaity with that tweet saying that Liverpool favourites. They just want people to react. Does he stand with that belief and does he stand with that actual opinion deep down? Possibly not. Possibly not. But he knows how to work the algorithms. He knows how to work the fan bases. He knows how to work the comments and feeding off like comments and likes and things like that. He knows how it all works. So the tweet specifically, I don't know how to take it. He's a Man United fan, so it's sort of like putting Liverpool under that spotlight. You are favourites, so we can laugh at you if you do fall off. But then I don't think he really believes it because I think he knows more of like trying to get interactions. But however, Reece, there are many people out there who do believe Liverpool favourites. I think a lot of people, I've been watching a lot of clips this week. AFTV is saying that Liverpool favourites, and now I think Robbie said that Liverpool favourites. I've seen a lot of people writing Liverpool off as well. Still not seeing Liverpool as a title challenge. You've seen Bav, I've talked about it before. Bav said it. A few said it. Where would you put Liverpool right now?
I think we're in a fantastic position based on how we started the season, because it wasn't expected. But I'll still say City are the favourites. You can't not say City are not. They've won it 4 seasons in a row. So in the past, we've made that mistake to write City off. You can't ever write Man City off. This Man City team, like I said, they've won everything. They've done 4 in a row. They're trying to go for 5 in a row. Obviously, recently, before the international break, they were in not a great run of form with 4 straight losses, but the international break saved them, I think, because that obviously we don't know based on the weekend. We'll see how they do, but I think that kind of they needed that international break, whereas we didn't need that international break. Obviously, we're still 5 points clear, and all we can do is win our games, but I'm sure I've seen that Sky Sports and whatnot. I've seen on Twitter that a lot of their big hitters are back in full training. De Bruyne, Stones, Akanji, Grealish. So even Sky Sports are kind of doing the rounds where it's like, oh, the players, a lot of their key players are back. They look like they got a spring in their step. Grealish was running around like a school kid and whatnot. So they're kind of doing they're going to gear up. But I expect them to be there anyway. Like I said, always been so far as a fantastic start. If we're there still come January and we're able to stretch the lead to around 10 to 12 points, then I'll stick my chest out fully and be like, what I see it as we're going to win the league. And also we need to be backed in January as well to get over the line. So that's a whole nother ball game in itself, as you know, Dame, with FSG. So, but yeah, City are favourites for me. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. A lot of rival fans, the Arsenals and the Uniteds, they're gonna do that, especially United, because we're arch rivals, Liverpool and Man United. They're gonna put the pressure on us, and Arsenal, they're just putting the pressure on us because obviously they're 9 points, they're 9 points behind us, so they're gonna say we're favorites. Favorites. It was the other way around. A lot of our fans would be saying Arsenal favorites if you're 9 points behind, but for me, City are still the favorites. We just got to keep taking it a game at a time, and obviously we'll see what happens this weekend and the following weekend. If City are able to drop points both weekends, because we got them in 2 weeks, if they drop points against Tottenham and then they drop points against us, that's 11 points. So then that's a bit more breathing space. Then you can afford a loss or you can afford a draw if you are to drop points. But right now, we can't afford to drop any points. Drop points goes down to 3 points, 2 points, nothing.
Do you think it's more of like rivals trying to take heat off themselves a little bit?
100%, 100%. Because United, obviously, they've got a new manager, so we're going to see if they get that new manager bounce. And obviously, Amrin is a talented manager, but I do believe it's not going to be a quick fix. I still think it's going to take 2 to 3 seasons. At best, I think this season, if he's able to get them top 4 and a trophy, that's a phenomenal season based on where they're at, where Ten Hag's left them at. But yeah, they're gonna try and put that pressure because nothing's really going on in their season. Obviously, their fans are excited because they got a new manager, but we'll see if he's able to work his magic straight away. I still think it's going to take time because they've got a lot of players there that have been at United too long that kind of need to leave. And then you've got and then they've got players there who are talented. They've got some talented players there, but they've also got some players who are not good enough. So they're 100% bannering. The Arsenal, I think their one's not. I think their one's not really banner. Because if you're saying Robbie, I think I can understand that perspective because they're 9 points behind us, which is a lot of points.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. Obviously, you said Babs is not beforehand of saying City.
yeah. He said like he don't see Liverpool as any
that's fine. I don't really mind, like I said, because you're 9 points behind us. Obviously, I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I would like us to win the league, but it's far from over. Even Arsenal's not out of it, even though they're 9 points. They're not out of it. But like, yeah, again, I'll keep saying it. City are still favourites. It's only 5 points. So yeah.
I mean, we could come out on here and say, look, top of the league, 5 points clear, 9 points clear of Arsenal, we're the best team in Europe, we're best in the world. But what we're being here is realistic and being real with you guys. I bet there probably is channels out there, Liverpool channels out there that will be like, sticking their chest out a little bit more, like because they're just more deluded and not realistic about things. They're more like, and they like to cover up their own shit that goes on. Sometimes it's not all roses. Even Liverpool right now, it's not all roses. At the end of the day, we've not been playing well in a few games. And we seem to be just somehow getting results. Scotland getting results. But that happened last season. We've seen it all before. Last season we didn't play that well for the first half of the season, but we're top of the league. And we grabbed that results. It was all mentality last season.
I do think
we know that could drop off quite easily.
I do think there were other elements, though. The fact that we found out halfway during the season that Klopp would be leaving at the end, that wasn't great for me. Obviously, they did say that it was going to come out, so they kind of had to, they brought it out. But no team wants to hear that when you're trying to win titles. That the manager who kind of changed everything in the modern era for a lot of us fans and a lot of those players there, the Trents, certain man, Salah, Virgil's, he's kind of been there from the start, especially to guys like Trent, Curtis and stuff. He's kind of like a father figure to them that he's going to leave. Because in your head, it's like, okay, there's more pressure now because it's like, this is his last season. And then two, it's like, oh, then they might even start thinking about their own future. And you don't want players to be thinking about too many things during the season. So 100%, we weren't always playing well last season. But I do think this season is a bit more controlled. That is what's helping us kind of see out games.
We've had last season we look at last season, we didn't have much control in games, but the squad depth thing is people don't like talking about it because they don't want to talk about really just because we're top of league. But we've been top of league before, but top of league last season. We were top of league 2-3 years ago, 2020. Was it 2021? We're top of the league going into January. Had them injuries to Virgil, Gomez, and Matip on it at the time, and the season things can happen so quickly. And I want to talk about squad depth because I've got one person on Twitter that comes to me all the time, same guy that comes to me all the time saying you can't just cry about signs lack of ambition, but it really is because right now we're top of the league and we've got we might not be by May. But our ambition should be to go be top of the league by May. And right now, we've got a good chance of winning the league. And yes, signings might not work, but a signing or two, big signings, like a really good signings in January, could be the difference between winning the league and coming fourth. We've seen it. We've seen it in absolute proof in recent years. Last year, we failed to address the DM position, and we relied on McAllister there last year, and we also relied on Endo coming in. They both dropped off. Yeah. McAllister went forward and Endo dropped off. And then we saw performances on the pitch that the whole team dropped off. And so DM signing last January could have been the difference between like keeping the team boosted and everyone like, yes, come on now. Because a signing like that could do for the dressing room, and forget what it could do on the pitch, what it could do for the dressing room in terms of boosting. Virgil van Dijk's come out and said it. Look, we like these signings. He was gassed when we got Gakpo because he knew what. They boosted the team, and that season we were pretty much going down and out. And Gakpo sort of gives that a little boost to push up for like top four, wasn't it? When we came out of the top four, wasn't it? So, signings do make a difference whether people like it or not. Yeah, not all signings work, but Michael Edwards has proven that he can get good signings when backed. That's the problem. He's not getting backed enough.
I think he's shown though. You got to remember that he can find diamonds and
exactly
as well, even though we don't want it to always be that.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, if you think about it, even though people knew of Salah and they knew of Mane, they weren't the iconic figures they were now. And then he actually picked those, whereas Klopp obviously wanted Goodsar and he wanted Brand. Is it Julian Brand?
Julian Brand, yeah.
Play for Dortmund. And,
yeah.
100% need to be backed. And also, we got to address the big elephant in the room, which is the contracts as well, which have yet to be sorted. But like I said, we'll see. We'll see what goes on.
We'll leave that big elephant for another episode, but we will be talking about the contracts towards maybe Christmas time, maybe after Christmas. I don't want to spoil people's Christmas regarding the contracts because, maybe in the Christmas holidays sometimes we'll speak about contracts.
Maybe December, hopefully we can talk about it to say that at least one of them's been done. That's what I'm hoping, if not two.
because that is getting more unlikely as it longer goes on. The more unlikely we are signing them all three. It is more unlikely.
I think Virgil's will get done. That's the only
I
one.
think it is. Yeah,
That's the only one I'm confident about right now. That's the only one I'm confident about right now.
But yes,
Yeah.
Liverpool being favourites right now, according to Rivals, I think personally is an easy throw out just to put the heat on us. I think it's like, yeah, if you do mess up at this point, then you've bottled it. I've seen an Arsenal page. I've seen an Arsenal Twitter page saying that we'll bottled it if we don't win it, despite being like top 95% of the season last year. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a narrative agenda pushed by Rivals that need to focus on their own team a little bit more. And you know, at the end of the day, it's November. There's 27 games left. Right now, you can't really call fully favourites. Also, Liverpool will be favoured by bookmakers because of the point difference and things like that, and the way Arne Slot started. But we know Liverpool fans, we've learned enough in the past 3, 4, 5, 6 years with City that it's not done like that. And football's a funny game. And even like Southampton this weekend, I spoke to someone earlier. I spoke to my uncle earlier, who was my night fan. I said, look, and he said, "Oh, you should be beaten. That was an easy win on Sunday for you guys." I said, "Not really, because after the international break, I know Southampton are playing poor right now, but no, there's no easy win at the moment. And we could go there and we not turn up, and they could easily scrounge a win somehow or scrounge a draw." And you're looking back at it and thinking, Liverpool aren't favourites anymore. We could be looking at here Sunday morning. Man City beat Tottenham on Saturday. We dropped points against Southampton, and Monday morning we're like, yeah, we're not favourites again.
Yeah,
it can quick. It can change that quick.
On paper, we should beat Southampton. Like I said, on paper, I still think we will, but I think it will be closer because of the international break, where you've got players coming back off international break. Hopefully, there's no little niggles and any little injuries and whatnot. But you definitely make a strong point. If we were to drop points and City won. Yeah, that's why I say from
they'd be favourites, wouldn't they? They'd be favourites straight away, wouldn't they?
For me, they're favourites now. That's why
bookmakers would put them favourites straight away, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I'm kind of tuning out all that outside noise because that's, like I said, it's clickbait, and you got to do what you got to do to get views or to make content. Like I said, clickbait sells because obviously that's how you get people in. It's part of the game, so I can fully understand it. If it was the other way around, I'll be doing something the same. I'll be putting the pressure on certain teams because I mean, it's part. This is what part of the YouTube and content game is all about. So
but it is a bit like football banter as well. Because if you was in the pub with your friends, your Man United friend, and they were like top of the league, you're like, oh, Chelsea lose now. You'd be like, you put them on it a little bit. But yeah, I do get the clickbait side. And I do get what Terry Flowers does. He does it on YouTube. He says a lot of clickbait things. I think he's gone too clickbaited to the point where he's not becoming himself anymore like he used to be. And putting that on Twitter, for me, I get it, but then I like, come on, we know deep down you don't think we are favourites, or you don't really believe what you're saying there. Right now, I agree with you. I do think City are slightly favourites, but I don't think we're too far behind.
I wouldn't even say slight. I think they're still clear favourites.
Would you? Wow. Okay.
But only because it's 5 points. If we're around 10 points clear, so say if they lost on the weekend, we won. Then next weekend we beat them, we're 11 points. Then for me, Liverpool clear favourites, and then the narrative could be Liverpool bottle it from here. Then
that's it.
You're 11 points clear. So
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I know that's what's going to happen with Terry. I know exactly what he's going to do. If Liverpool drop some points in the next 2 weeks, right, and City catches up, and the title will be Liverpool bottle lead. I know for a fact this is what YouTube's about. This is about, it's okay being clickbait, but be real on the actual stream itself, and be real with your opinions as well. It's okay having a clickbait title or clickbait thumbnail, whatever, but be real with your opinions and back what you're saying as well. Thank you, Reece, for joining us for this episode.
No problem, anytime.
We're going to do some more episodes very time soon. Talking quiz is coming back as well. Reece is going to be the next contestant for the Talking Quiz. Who Am I? First episode of that. So that's the episode 4. Sorry for Who Am I? So Reece will be the 4th guest on that show and the 4th person to take on the quiz. The quiz that is wrecking everyone's heads right now because it is when you're in that hot seat, Trace, trust me, you might not know Liverpool knowledge in that hot seat because I've seen these guys crumble. Alrighty, so please get ready for that. So yeah, please make sure you like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video, get notification bells on because we are getting content every single day and hopefully 2 videos a day hopefully for content, and we are going to go live as well. So if you have got a notification bell on your YouTube, it will tell you when we're going live if we are live. Okay, thank you guys for watching and have a great weekend.